When I was a kid, I'd love the idea of going to a beach and playing by the ocean. But the older I get, the more I learn about what lives in the sea. Humans actually have very little idea about what is out there in the vast watery expanse, but we do know it's pretty freaky. In today's video, we're talking about 10 scary things that washed up on beaches. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to The Supreme, and click the notification bell for more lit content. Let's get rolling. Attack of the Starfish. I thought starfish were kinda cute until I saw up-close footage of one actually moving. Now I think I'm more afraid of starfish than I am of spiders. They're just so creepy. In October 2012, a beachgoer, Zeb Halleck, was enjoying an early evening stroll in Carolina, North Carolina, during golden hour, a great time for taking pictures by the ocean. He and his son came across a number of starfish moving around on the sand near the water, and Mr. Halleck was able to capture incredible up-close footage of what the sea creature looks like. Do you want to see? I had no idea that starfish had so many creepy little tentacles to help them move. I thought they were just flat stars. The more you know. The video was uploaded to YouTube, where it garnered over 14 million views. After reading the comments, I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one who was disturbed by the starfish. I recently found out that starfish don't have any brains. So, what's controlling those little tubes? I don't like it. The Salish Sea Mystery. Any human remains to wash ashore are scary enough, but in the case of the Salish Sea Mystery, it's specifically disembodied feet that have been the recurring discovery. It all started in 2007 when an Adidas shoe containing a man's foot was found off Jedediah Island in British Columbia. Since then, a further 20 single feet have been found. You can have a look at the map of the coastal area and see where the feet have washed up. The most recent discovery was in February 2019 on the coast of Jetty Island in Washington. There haven't been any 2020 discoveries as of yet, but by now the coastal communities have braced themselves for more feet to be found. Interestingly, while 2007 is marked as the year it all began, historical records show that actually human feet discoveries were being made over 100 years ago. In 1887, a foot was found in Vancouver, leading to an area being named Leg and Boot Square. In 1914, the Vancouver Sun also reported a leg and a boot found near the Salmon River. So, what's going on? Well, we don't actually have an answer for that. Footsteps. Have you ever seen footsteps in the sand and wondered where they came from? I think about it a lot when I'm walking along a beach. Usually, there are just the imprints of people or animals who have walked before me. But what if nobody had walked on the sand at all? The silver sands of Parky Beach in Chittagong, Bangladesh, are reportedly stalked by the tortured soul of a lost sailor. It's said that mysterious footsteps appear in the sand even when there's nobody around. Locals are too afraid to walk along the beach at night, with many saying that they have encountered a figure trying to lure them into the water. Less dramatically, some simply claim that they have a feeling of being watched after sunset. Creepy. The puddle. What is this thing? To me, it looks like a weird puddle, but what if I tell you that actually this puddle is alive? Also, why would you touch it? Stop! This image was taken by a family strolling on a beach in Tasmania in 2014. The milky mass kinda looks like some sea funk, but it turns out it's actually a breed of previously unidentified jellyfish. The 5-foot jellyfish was examined by local scientists. One scientist, Lisa Ann Gershwin, spoke to ABC Radio about the discovery and said, "It's a whopper. We do get large jellyfish, and this one happened to be this absolutely enormous specimen." She also pointed out that discoveries like this highlight that there's so much we don't know about what's living in the ocean. It turns out that this particular jellyfish can sting. Prehistoric shark tooth. Have you guys ever heard of a megalodon? If you want to feel happy about living in the 21st century, then hearing about the megalodon should do that for you. This sea beast is an extinct species of shark, related to today's great whites that measured up to 59 feet. The megalodon was an apex predator and an ancient king of the ocean. It's thought that they could bite with a force of up to 180,000 newtons. If you don't know what that means, honestly, ignorance is bliss. It basically equates to them being able to crush whales. Yikes. Luckily, they all went extinct around 3.6 million years ago. However, evidence of the prehistoric monster is still washing up on beaches. In 2015, a megalodon tooth was found on North Topsail Beach in North Carolina by Denny Bland. At first, Mr. Bland thought it was a piece of driftwood, but it turns out that it was evidence of a terrible sea creature. Oh, megalodon means giant tooth, by the way, and the one found on the beach, even after millions of years of ocean erosion, was still the size of the palm of a grown adult's hand. Now, imagine a whole mouth filled with those. Terrifying. When scientists analyzed the tooth, they predicted it belonged to a shark measuring 60 feet long. Yikes. Ghost ship. This kinda echoes the Salish Sea Mystery, but it actually is much worse. Over the other side of the Pacific, ghost ships keep washing ashore in Japan. Every year since 2011, dozens of ghost boats have been either found run aground or spotted floating on Japanese shores by coast guards. The number of boats reached a peak in 2019 when 156 ghost ships were found within 12 months. The boats regularly contain skeletonized bodies. It's suspected that the boats are coming from North Korea, although nobody really knows why. It is also suspected that the boats are from fishermen working in poor conditions and also from defectors trying to escape the dictatorship. Hellfish. One look at this fish had me like, nope, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but that is one ugly-looking sea creature. This fish washed ashore on Mooloolaba Beach in Queensland, Australia. Of course it was Australia. They always have the freakiest looking animals. This fish usually lives in the deep sea, which is frankly where it belongs. I don't want to be seeing this kind of thing on land when I'm trying to soak up some rays or build a sandcastle. The image of the fish was originally published on a Malaysian news site, so I don't have a lot of information about the discovery. But I guess this picture speaks for itself. That is one ugly fish. Alien. Just when you thought it was safe to take a dip in the water, you see an alien washed up on the beach. In 2015, a weird blue and shiny creature washed ashore in, you guessed it, Australia, and images of it went viral on the internet. A lot of people thought it was some kind of alien, but it turns out it's actually a Glaucus atlanticus, often nicknamed a blue dragon. That wasn't the last Australia saw of the mysterious creature either. A whole load of them washed up in Sydney just 3 years later. So, what is a Glaucus atlanticus? An alien? A dragon? A Pokemon? It turns out that it's a venomous sea slug. It also has a very powerful sting, similar to the sting of a man-of-war jellyfish. If you're stung by this strange blue creature, you will be in severe pain. So, if you see one on the beach near you, no aliens have landed yet, and no, you shouldn't touch it. Mine. A lot of explosives were dropped in the ocean during World War II. Some were as a result of missed targets, some were purposefully dropped as means to dispose of weaponry. However they ended up there, some have now made their way back to land. And that's terrifying. There have been a lot of reports of old mines washing ashore. A giant mine washed up in North Carolina at the end of 2018. The National Park Service posted an image of the rusty 3.5-foot mine, which appeared at Cape Hatteras National Seashore. It's quite common for unexploded military ordnance to be found in North Carolina after a storm. Local authorities advised that nobody touch the mine. Just to add a little drama to the end of this point, a mine was also found in the UK in 2015, but it was mistaken for a beach buoy. A family with young children encountered it and took pictures of the kids playing alongside the object and touching the gooseneck barnacles on it. These kids were literally set next to a World War II explosive, and they had no idea. Later, local authorities were alerted to the object and its real identity was discovered. As a result, it was detonated by officials. Can you imagine playing next to a mine and having no idea? Scary. Worm invasion. Whoa. I'm not okay with this. What is happening on this beach? What are those fat, pulsating creatures? In December 2019, swaths of fat innkeeper worms washed up on Drake's Beach, 50 miles north of San Francisco. These worms date back 300 million years and are usually found underground in the sand. A storm had recently raged, washing away several feet of sand, exposing the worms that a lot of people thought looked like something else. Imagine walking to the beach after a storm and seeing thousands of pink wiggling worms. This has also made me feel pretty queasy about the beach in general. Like, these worms didn't just appear, they're always there under the sand. We just couldn't see them before. What else is lurking a few inches underneath us while we play on the beach? I don't even want to think about it. That was 10 scary things washed up on beaches. Which of these beach discoveries freaked you out the hardest? Let us know in the comments. Do you guys still love the beach, or have we kinda put you off of it? If so, I'm sorry. Maybe we could all just hang by a pool instead. Next, I'll be making a top 10 scary things found in a pool.